Good morning, welcome to our biology class. Today in this module I am going to tell you about the important structural functional unit of an organism. To understand and to guess what is structural functional unit of an organism, can I ask you a few questions to test your previous knowledge which you studied in your 8th standard? Yes, students. How many organisms are there? There are two types of organisms. What are those? Very good. Living organism, non-living organism. So these are also called as biotic and abiotic organisms, isn't it? So what are the example for these? Living organisms example, plants, animals, microorganisms. What are the example? Plants, animals, microorganisms. What are the example for non-living things? Stone, the surrounding which don't have the life, they are all called under the abiotic factors are the non-living things. Students, I would like to ask you one question. Where do you study? In Agro International School. Very good. Look at your classroom, your home, wherever you sit now. So if you look at your classroom, your school, how it is constructed, can you tell me? Can you guess it? Yeah, the fabulous buildings, extraordinary equipment you have, isn't it? So all those buildings, how they are constructed? Okay, cement, sand, bricks. So with cement and sand, can it be constructed? No. One another. If you see, the bricks are assembled together to construct the complete wall and which gives shape to our school, isn't it? Likewise, our body is also made up of with either living or non-living things with a number of cells like bricks, isn't it? So here, is it clear? So here, we are going to study. If you look at the cell, you have studied in your 8th class about plant and animal cell, isn't it? So today, now you tell me like a bricks, our body is also made up of with a number of cells. So today, what we are going to study, an important and interesting topic, that is cell, the fundamental unit of life. What we are going to discuss, Nana? Come on. The cell, fundamental unit of life. Very, very important. In living and non-living things, all the cells are made up of with cell. So the cell is the basic fundamental unit. We will discuss later. First of all, who discovered this cell? How the name of cell is observed or named, a term used, based on what fact it is termed, and also we are going to study today in this session, in this module, about discovery of cell. Right, students? So discovery of cell. Students, here if you observe, Robert Hooke is a great scientist and he is a British scientist. He worked in 1665 mainly on the cork. You know what is cork? The bark of big trees like cracks you can observe like neem tree, some other trees. Can you? Yeah. Those crack mean the bark, big bark is called cork. So that cork he has taken a mount of slide. He observed that under his own microscope, which we call it as a Hooke's microscope. What do you call? Hooke's microscope. I will show you the Hooke microscope also, students. So what is his observations and discoveries? So simply he imaged to observe some empty space with some compartments. So what is he observed? He designed self-designed microscope. It is called Hooke's microscope. He designed self-designed microscope called Hooke's microscope, and he observed by using a self-designed microscope slice of cloth, a small size of cloth. And he also explained about the cell. Cell means how he termed it. Let me tell you one thing. Students, have you ever observed honeycombs? Yeah, those honeycomb-like structures are appearing when he was observed the cork slice under the microscope with the empty spaces. Like this empty space was what observed by his observation. So inside this observation, what do you see? Empty space and some walls are also constructed here. So the group of cells like this assembled together and constructed with the wall and with self-design, isn't it? So inside there is a cavity or empty space. So these are also arranged like a compartments in the cell. So the cell word is termed cellula, which means which is derived from the Latin word cellula means. Cella means what? A small room or little room with empty space or the cavity. So students, Robert Hooke in 1665 observed in non-living thing without nucleus a cell, and he named the term cell by deriving from the Latin word which gives the meaning like a little room or small room, which is similar to the honeycomb like structure by having small rooms like compartments in the train. Is it clear? So there are other scientists also who worked on this. Can you guess who are those scientists? Yeah. In 1674, Antony van Leeuwenhoek also observed some microbes. What are microbes? The microorganisms. Why they are called microorganisms? The organisms cannot be observed by your naked eye, can be only observed by the microscope. So they are called microorganisms. The small organisms are called microbes. So students, these what are this example? Can you tell me? Yeah. Yes, Amulya, what are the examples, Nana? So here algae, fungi, protozoans, bacteria are some of the examples for microbes. Is it? So how these microbes? He studied the microbiology. So he is also called as father of microbiology, and he invented factorization also. So yes students, here Antony van Leeuwenhoek observed the microbes under the microscope. So he also invented a new microscope by his name, that Hooke's microscope. For what? To observe the structure of cell, which we considered as a fundamental unit of an organism. Now see students, he also called those microbes by observing his microscope animalcules. They are also called as animalcules. So here he is also called father of microbiology. One more important point, students, in 1665 Hooke also discovered the cell in the cork slice. No. So he observed and studied. Even he wrote in his book about this cork. What is that book? Micrographia. What is his book, students? Micrographia. So in his book he explained about the slice of cork and its compartments. So this slice of cork and like this. Just you see like a net. So like honeycomb structure. If you look here, students, if you look here, how these are arranged? Look here, like a empty space, some walls are there, rooms like compartments, isn't it? Similarly, the same honeycomb structure and also cells in our bodies without gap, continuously like a net, they are arranged to organize an organism. So this group of cells forms tissues that we will discuss in the next subtopic. So here students, now let us move to the Theodore Schwann. Theodore Schwann is a British zoologist. Who is zoologist? What is zoology? The study of animals is called zoology. Is it clear? Now see. And he also discovered many factors related to the cell in 1838, and Matthias Sleeden. So Schwann, Sleeden, both of them together worked. One is zoologist, one is botanist. Botanist means the person one who study about plants and animals. Sorry, plants. So both of them discovered cell theory. What did he explain in the cell theory, students? He explained in the cell theory few modern cell structural functional units. I will tell you now. So he also, the other fourth scientist who worked, a biologist, Rudolf Virchow. Mainly, he observed the cell structure under the microscope and he concluded that omnicellular, acellular. Omnicellular, acellular means what? Do you know, students? All cells are formed from the pre-existing cells. Understood? So, omnicellular, acellular. In 1855, he gave the statement about omnicellulars and acellulars, which means new cells only arise from the pre-existing cells. Yes, students. Yes, once listen here, students. I told you about the cell theory. Who discovered cell theory, Nana? Likit. Cell theory was discovered by Schweden and Schwann, botanist and zoologist. So what the modern cell theory tells about are the statements. So the modern cell theory state that all living organisms are made up of cells and products of cells. How? All living organisms are made up of cells and products of cells. The second important point, all cells arise from the pre-existing cells. All cells arise from the pre-existing cells. Is it clear? Yeah. So these are the few points about the discoveries of cell in the fundamental unit of life. Okay, students, let me tell you one thing. Robert Hooke, cell designed microscope. He observed the slice of cork and he observed small empty spaces in the honeycomb structure, which is similar to the honeycomb. He named them as a cell, which means a little room. The term used from the or derived from a Latin word. So cell, in his book also he wrote about the cork in micrographia. Anthony van Leeuwenhoek, he introduced his own microscopes to study more about the cell structure. And Theodor Schwann, in 1888, they discovered about what? Cell theory. The modern cell theory says what, Nana? So cell theory was introduced, in 1838. So what did he say? All living cells are formed from the pre-existing cells, and he gave mainly two statements. All living organisms are made up of and products of cells. All cells arise from the pre-existing cells. So Rudolf Virchow also explained about the cell structure. So what did he say? Omnicellular, acellular, which means new cells arise only from the pre-existing cells. Students, in 1831, the living cell with a nucleus was observed by observing chick slice under the microscope by Robert Brown. So we also will discuss about them in the next topic. Is it clear, students? Yeah. Student, please observe the video. This is Hooke's microscope. He observed cork slice under this microscope. So later what? Leeuwenhoek's microscope. Observe it. And this is modern microscope. What is it? Modern microscope, which we call it as compound microscope. So These three are the different microscopes which we use to observe from ancient time to at present. We can observe or study the microorganisms by observing under these microscopes. At present, we are using this modern microscope which we call it as compound microscope. Is it clear, Nana? Good.